Well, feel free to come join us. There's feel free to come join us. There's
I love it.
not many people out here.
I know, I see that, none, but I just love what you're doing and everything because I'm a Christian and I fight for our babies. My kids don't agree with me and everything. My kids
really?
are liberals and everything, and I'm like, you know what? Jesus didn't mean for us to do this to our kids.
Oh, we are.
Well, they are. We aren't. They are.
Well,
and they sit there and someone posted on Facebook, Jesus would want women to be able to have control over their own bodies and do. No, Jesus would not go for this.
Well, not when it comes to murdering their children.
No, we don't murder our children. And that's what I tell my kids because I was raised by my grandmother. And my grandmother sat there and even said, because my cousin got pregnant at 15, she said, and we didn't allow her to have an abortion. My grandmother's rule was, you think you're old enough to play, you're old enough to pay. And that's what my grandmother's rule was.
Yeah.
You were old enough to play and get pregnant. You're old enough to pay, and you raise that child. So, thank you.
Well,
bless you for what you're doing.
I'd say if you have time to be out here today, or they murder children on Thursdays.
On what days?
On Thursdays today and.
I work right up here.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. But I was on my lunch break and I seen this and I turned around and I came back. So.
Yeah, we because there's a dearth of Christians, like especially here, like usually 2 or 3 hours or so, and there'll be nobody out here, and so I mean that's probably why I'm here, because I'd be at the other abortion mill, but this one has very little coverage.
Well, the thing is, if these young girls that had these abortions and everything would ask to look at that dish and see what that baby looks like after they take that baby out, they would be begging God to forgive them. And that's the thing, they don't. And they use this as a form of birth control. If they don't want to get pregnant, there's means out there to protect themselves. That's the thing. Because that's what I did with my daughter. My grandmother, when I turned 16, she had me put on birth control because she said, I don't want you going through that. You know, and that's the way I look at it for these young kids. And they shouldn't get condoms here either, because I think that what they do, from what I've read, they poke holes in those freaking condoms, excuse my language and everything, and that's how these young girls get pregnant and stuff, and that's why they have to come back here to get abortions.
Well, the problem is we just have a strong anti-child mentality, where we consider children to be a burden and a curse.
Yeah, and it's not, it's a blessing.
Exactly.
Yeah, because there's so many people that are not blessed with being able to have children.
I don't have children because I'm single, so.
Right.
So that's.
Well, I mean, but I'm just saying, you know, I mean, I had 2 miscarriages before I had my son and everything, and I mean, I look at my children, they are a blessing from God. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have them. But thank you. I stand
share that picture with others.
I'm putting it all over Facebook.
They need to see it.
I'm putting it all over. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for what you did.
Yes, ma'am.